Hello everyone and welcome to Sunday. Deja vu, right? Since yesterday's vlog started this exact same way. We have got, fingers crossed, knock on wood 1,000 times, everything set to go. And whenever I turn the camera and show you everything, you're going to be like, oh wow, you changed everything. Yeah, we did. It's not that we didn't like the setup, it's just that it's not the most comfortable thing. Those chairs, which are the kitchen table chairs, are the perfect size to put in front of a green screen because then we hide the chairs. I use them for Morning Mario. The problem is they are seriously the most uncomfortable thing in the world, and if we're going to have to play for 3 hours, that's going to be difficult. That's one of the reasons why I only record, a week, maybe 2 weeks at most, of Morning Mario at a time, is because my butt can't take it. It becomes very, very painful. So, Mal brought that up, and she said, it's going to be cramped because we have to be so close to each other. Long term, maybe we shouldn't do that. So we decided to move to the futon and get rid of the green screen, and that's fine, but it did require that we basically rewire everything. So here is the...
better.
It is better. It's more comfortable, and it also kind of gives us a way to test things for extra life. So the laptop is now just closer to us using the same little laptop stand that we used during breakfast stream. We got the copies of Mario Kart back there. Obviously, I had to hook up things. So things are hooked up to that USB hub, and that's running to the Magewell, which is running the Switch, which is up on the screen. It's also connecting the Cam Link, which is going to the ZS100. That camera looks really good in here with the proper lighting and everything. It looks as if we're shooting a Q&A. It's not as powerful, obviously, as the GH4, but it looks pretty good, especially whenever the screen's getting squished into the corner. You can't really tell, and it's a beautiful looking camera. Also,
this cart.
What?
I hate this cart.
I'm sorry. Mal's doing me the wonderful service of unlocking stuff by driving through and getting a bunch of coins, which I appreciate. Bless you. You also notice that that screen is hooked up to the PC, and I changed it to portrait mode so we can actually read chat a little bit more easily. I will definitely be doing that during Extra Life. That is a lifesaver. That's really, really helpful. Otherwise, I think it's mostly set up the same. We got the audio, I think, just how we want it as far as the headsets go. I played with the dynamics, the compressor, and the gate a lot to get it just how I wanted it, but I think I'm happy with it now, which is good. So that's set up. The alerts are set up. I spent quite a bit of time last night just setting up alerts because I'm a Twitch grandpa, but my understanding is that is a big part of what people enjoy about that. So I've set that all up, and I think I'm good to go. I think things are set. We start in about an hour. And we'll run the stream a little bit early with a countdown timer like we do for breakfast stream. But there's definitely a worry in the back of my head because the application I'm using, Game Show, it's been good, but occasionally there's been a few times in the past where it just would not start. And I think that's been mostly related to settings, and I think I have those settings fixed. But there is definitely that subconscious anxiety about, like, if I go to click the stream button and it's like, and it just doesn't begin. I could probably alleviate that by doing a test stream, but it feels weird to do a test stream an hour before the event and be like, oh hey everyone, you got this notification, we're actually not starting. Just want to make sure this is not going to explode. So I don't know what I'm going to do. I guess we'll just wait and see. The only downside is that I do not have a backup plan. If it doesn't begin, I'm going to, frantically press some buttons and see if I can make it work, adjust some settings and see if I can get the stream to launch, but, I'm just kind of hopeful that everything is functional. We have been doing breakfast stream for, 6 or 7 weeks now, so I have a lot more confidence when it comes to the live streaming stuff. But this is only our second game stream with this particular software, so knock on wood 1,000 times.
Guess who beat you that time?
Gonna make Vince very salty there at the end. Many hours later, we did it. You tired?
Yes.
You look tired. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. It went far more smoothly than I could have even ever imagined. So much immense, like, fun from playing the game with viewers, but then also support from viewers, just for the fact that we had so many subscriptions and so many bits, and at one point we were rated by Lucagen, which I appreciated. That was fun. And I haven't, up to this point, doing stuff on Twitch, we haven't really set up a ton of alert stuff. Like, we've had a few, but in preparation for the stream, I actually sent up a bunch, and it was very fun. That part of it was very fun because, like, we may be racing and we're not even, like, looking at the alerts in the chat at the moment, but, like, the sounds would play in our headsets, and I would know, like, what what bits or whatever were submitted, or if it was something specific, because we had one for 420 and 840, so those would go off and I would hear those, and I was like, oh, that's funny. So yeah, I still feel very new to Twitch, but I feel like I've probably been given the warmest welcome ever, so I sincerely appreciate it. And we also got to give away 3 copies of Mario Kart, which was super fun. And I've already got the recipients' addresses and stuff, so those will go out this week. Basically, as soon as I get to a post office, I'll take care of that. But yeah, it was a great time. This was really educational for us too, because we were working with new equipment for Extra Life. We're using a nicer camera. We're using a different capture device, which I'm going to talk about in a minute, and then also we're streaming from the Mac. So these are all, like, very different things, you know. And we turned the monitor into portrait mode, which is a good idea, and we should definitely do for Extra Life. That's a really solid plan. So learned a lot. Things are good. I do have a slight hang-up with that capture device, that Magewell. It is good, but when we started the stream, or even before that, we had it laying on the carpet. And it was on the carpet and for a few hours, and I think it got overheated. And we put it on that little baking rack. And I think for, like, the first third to a half of the stream, it seemed like everything was fine, but then people started complaining that the game was choppy. Not the stream, not the camera, just the game. And I think what happened is that box overheated. So I had read before I even bought that was a common complaint for that box. So I talked to Jeff tonight, and he suggested actually adding a heatsink on top, which is something that other people that own this have also done and had success with. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to order some little heat sinks to put on it, which might help with the temperature problems. So it's nice that when it starts to overheat, it continues going, but apparently, from what I can tell, it struggles to keep up, you know, the frame rate, and it starts getting a little choppy. But, you know, we did what we could, and this was a good test before, you know, doing a 3-hour stream is a good test before we do a 20-hour stream. Because I like that box, and I'd like to use that. I'd like to stream from the Mac, but obviously if we do that, we need to make sure everything is in working order. The good news is we have streamed for Extra Life from this PC before, so we could actually just do that. That might be a safer bet. It's just now that I've had some familiarity with the last few weeks of doing stuff, you know, on the Mac and in Game Show, I'm starting to feel pretty confident. So if I could do the entire Extra Life event from that would be cool. Can I? I don't know. I'm not sure, but that would be neat. We'll see. We'll see if that's possible. Anyway, that's it for today. It's not even that late. It's not even 10. But I'm pretty pooped after all that. My throat's a little sore from having to speak that long. But I had a blast. Thank you guys so much for you know, having fun with us playing Mario Kart, and then also, you know, helping us out on Twitch. We've got all sorts of subscribers and emote slots unlocked. I don't even know what we're gonna fill them with. But we're getting there. We're trying to obviously juggle, you know, so many things, and I would be lying if I said that the first thing I thought of when the stream was over wasn't that I really got to get back to working on other stuff. I got to get back to working on Fallout. The stream has been fun, but it's also been like 2 straight days of setup and making sure that everything was working. So now it's time to get back to what I was doing. But that's all right. I will. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, let's meet back tomorrow, shall we?